Here's the story of the Little Mermaid. The Little Mermaid. In a vast underwater kingdom, there lived a young mermaid, the youngest daughter of the Sea King. Her name was never known to the human world, but her beauty and voice were the most enchanting in all the seas. She spent her days dreaming of the world above, longing to see the sky and feel the sun's warmth. The Little Mermaid's grandmother told her many stories of the human world. The Little Mermaid was fascinated, but she had to wait until she turned 15 before she was allowed to visit the surface. Each of her older sisters had already visited, and they returned with tales of ships, people, and music. On her 15th birthday, the Little Mermaid finally swam to the surface. As she emerged from the water, she saw a magnificent ship. On board was a handsome prince, his dark eyes full of life and laughter. She watched him, captivated by his every move, and in that moment, she fell deeply in love. But soon, a violent storm approached. The wind howled, and the waves grew wild, tossing the ship like a toy in the sea. The Little Mermaid saw the prince thrown overboard. Without hesitation, she swam to him, saving him from the depths and bringing him to shore. She gently laid him on the sand, but as dawn approached, she knew she had to leave. Before she swam away, she watched as a young woman found the prince and called for help. The prince, barely conscious, believed this young woman had saved him. The Little Mermaid returned to her underwater kingdom, but she could not forget the prince. Her love for him grew stronger each day, and she longed to be with him. Desperate, she sought out the sea witch, who lived in the darkest part of the ocean. The sea witch agreed to help the Little Mermaid, but the price was high. In exchange for human legs, the Little Mermaid had to give up her voice. The sea witch warned her that every step on land would feel like walking on sharp knives. Worse still, if she failed to win the prince's love and marry him, she would die and turn into sea foam. Despite the risks, the Little Mermaid agreed. She drank the potion given to her by the sea witch, and her beautiful tail transformed into human legs. The pain was excruciating, but she endured it for the chance to be with the prince. On land, the Little Mermaid found the prince. He was charmed by her beauty and grace, but he did not recognize her as the one who had saved him. He admired her deeply and enjoyed her company, but his heart belonged to the young woman he believed had rescued him from the sea. The prince decided to marry this young woman, and the Little Mermaid's heart broke. The night before the wedding, her sisters came to her with a dagger. They had traded their hair to the sea witch in exchange for this knife, and they told the Little Mermaid that if she killed the prince and let his blood fall on her feet, she would become a mermaid again. But the Little Mermaid could not bring herself to harm the man she loved. As the sun rose on the day of the wedding, she threw the dagger into the sea and leaped after it, ready to face her fate. But instead of turning into sea foam, the Little Mermaid felt herself being lifted into the air. She had become a spirit, a daughter of the air. The daughters of the air told her that because of her selflessness, she was given the chance to earn an immortal soul by doing good deeds for 300 years. Though she had lost her chance to be with the prince, the Little Mermaid's sacrifice was not in vain. She was rewarded with the hope of eternal life, soaring above the earth, bringing comfort to those in need.